Okay, let's do this. Swear to God, by the time I'm done trying all these prebiotic sodas, my gut's gonna look like Jurassic Park, only with bacteria. Hey everybody, so we are back today for another review. A little drink called Poppi. Poppi is marketed as a prebiotic, is it fizzy drink? It is marketed as a prebiotic soda. It was created by a husband and wife duo who were experimenting in their kitchen with trying to make apple cider vinegar taste good. As the story goes, the wife cured all of her chronic health issues by simply drinking the drink they created. They market this drink as being a prebiotic drink. What do we know about prebiotics? They are the food for the good bacteria in your gut. And because of that, they make a whole bunch of health claims that we will get into later. Each drink is a 12-ounce can. They have 20 calories, or at least the one that I have. I'm gonna guess that on average, they're pretty close. 5 grams of sugar, with 4 grams being added sugar. The ingredients are sparkling filtered water, apple cider vinegar, as we discussed, raspberry juice for mine. The flavor that I got is raspberry rose. So there is raspberry juice, lemon juice, organic cane sugar, natural flavors, and stevia. I hate stevia. There's supposed to be a full tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in each drink. Let's try this sucker. Apple cider vinegar smells like if feet that were made out of the stinkiest cheese were just left out in the sun for 2 weeks. It's got a very strong flavor. It's a very sour, it can even burn the back of your throat. It's highly acidic. Let's do a smell test. Ooh, it smells good. I don't smell any apple cider vinegar whatsoever. I smell raspberry and rose, and that smells good. Okay. Damn, that's stevia. I hate stevia because my first initial swig of the drink was joy. I was like, wow, this tastes really good. I can't believe there's apple cider vinegar in here. And then the stevia kicked in. Am I the only one? Who else hates stevia? I don't like it. I am gonna drink this whole thing though, because I do this for science for you guys. If it did not have that stevia aftertaste, I would give this a solid 5 out of 5. That's a sad shame about that stevia, because that is a very tasty drink short of the stevia. I keep wavering between giving them a 1 and giving them a 0. One 12-ounce Poppi soda costs $3, or as we say in America, $2.99. It's literally water, apple cider vinegar, a dash of juice, some sugar. I calculated how much this drink would cost to make based on if I, as a consumer, bought the ingredients from the store. Now, businesses usually have a business account with whoever's sourcing them, and they get their ingredients at a cheaper cost. So it's got to be even cheaper for them to make this drink. I calculated that it would cost maybe 50 cents to make this drink. This company is making around a 500% profit on every soda. Now, there's nothing wrong with making money, but that seems like highway robbery. Maybe I'll give them a 1. I'll give them a 1 out of 5. Kudos to them for making so much money off of one soda, but that's just extreme, in my humble dietetic professional opinion. Let's get into the health claims. On their website, they make the claim that the pH of your skin is going to become balanced, therefore improving the appearance and health of your skin. The prebiotics in this beverage will aid with digestion. The apple cider vinegar will help suppress your appetite. It will aid in weight loss, support your metabolism, lower LDL cholesterol while increasing HDL cholesterol, detox your gut, and finally stabilize your blood sugar. Let's talk about the ones that don't have evidence behind them. First claim is that it balances the skin pH. There's absolutely no evidence whatsoever, and it doesn't make sense. The only way, to my knowledge, that the pH on your skin could be affected is if you apply something to it that is a different pH. It takes basically a systemic failure of the body to shift it into a different pH. So I doubt that 1 tablespoon of an acidic vinegar is going to change the pH of your skin. This next health claim is a very big problem because their entire brand of soda is based on this being a truth, and it's not. Pectin, which they mention in apples, is a prebiotic fiber. Apple cider vinegar, you guessed it by the name, is made from apples. And it goes through like multiple steps, which involve yeast, fermenting sugars and bacteria, converting things to acetic acid. By the end of the processing of apple cider vinegar, there is no pectin left, according to the USDA at least. There aren't any prebiotics in this prebiotic soda. If it's unpasteurized and the mother, they call it, is present, there will be live organisms that are yeast and bacteria, which could bring some benefit to your body. Last one that I'm gonna get to that's absolutely false is that apple cider vinegar helps detox the gut. This whole detox thing has gone absolutely out of control. I am detoxing right now as we speak, and so are you as you're watching this horribly boring too long review. There is no evidence that apple cider vinegar helps you to do that. There's no evidence that it helps detox better. Just know that you're detoxing all the time. And the only way to help that happen better is if you take the load off your body, the amount of horrible things you're putting in there that your body has to get rid of. Okay, so let's talk about where there is evidence. Some, specifically one study. They tested the difference between a group on a restricted calorie diet versus a group on the same restricted calorie diet, including 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar each day. So the group that had the apple cider vinegar had a lower BMI, lost more fat around their hip area. Their appetite was significantly reduced in comparison to the control. They took in less calories. HDL cholesterol increased significantly more than the other group. This is the only study that I can think of that would support what this company is claiming with regards to weight loss and increase in HDL. There was no significant difference in LDL between these two groups. So one thing where apple cider vinegar actually shines has to do with stabilizing blood sugar and increasing insulin sensitivity. You want to have your cells sensitive to insulin so that when insulin knocks on the door, it's like, what? Yeah, bring in the glucose. We need the energy. How you develop insulin resistance, the theory is, although there's multiple, and oh my God, there's one I heard recently that's so cool. When you have prolonged high blood sugar, your pancreas keeps churning out this insulin. And the more that's happening, the less the cells are responding to the insulin. By dropping the blood sugar, you will reduce the amount of insulin in your body. So, apple cider vinegar inactivates certain enzymes that help break down your carbohydrates that you eat into sugar. That means that you are absorbing less sugar. When you eat a meal, instead of your blood sugar spiking from, holy crap, we just got a bunch of sugar, It's a lot more steady. Your body releases the proper amount of insulin. Everything's like, yay, yippee-ki-yo, ki-yay. We're not overwhelmed. It's not Black Friday up in this his. There have been actually multiple studies that have backed that this is what occurs with vinegar. It's not just apple cider vinegar. The theory is that it's the acetic acid that is in vinegar that shuts down these enzymes. One study that I want to talk about was actually in the American Diabetes Association, their publication called Diabetes Care. They stated that vinegar holds promise for helping people with type 2 diabetes. People taking 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar a day increased their insulin sensitivity, remember that's what we want, by 35%. That's pretty amazing just from drinking apple cider vinegar. And their blood sugar was reduced. High insulin for prolonged periods of time has been linked to nerve damage, heart damage, just increasing overall inflammation. LDL is basically the inflammation cholesterol. When you're inflamed, that LDL is like, okay, time for me to get to work. If you're more inflamed, you'll probably have higher levels of LDL in your body. If you reduce your insulin and your blood sugar, then you might be also reducing your inflammation, which could possibly lower your LDL. Again, there's no evidence behind this, but it could maybe happen. In regards to appetite, because that insulin isn't allowing the energy source, the glucose, into the cells are like, we were told there was a meal being delivered and there's nothing here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hello, we need some more food. What's going on? Get us our food. And that signal goes to your stomach, to your brain, and you're hungry because you're not getting the energy from your food. If you solve that issue, that you're getting the energy into the cells, these cells aren't gonna be phoning up your brain and being like, another order of freaking breakfast tacos, yo. So that may be why I'm theorizing why apple cider vinegar might play a role in reducing your appetite, as well as possibly having some sort of effect on weight loss. So those are all the claims. Most of their claims, some of their claims, yes, there is evidence behind them. I was not honestly impressed with Poppi, which is pretty interesting because when my friend Tay Hawkins, shout out girl, recommended that I try these sodas and review them, I was pretty turned off by Olipop and more interested in Poppi. In investigating them, I definitely leaned more towards Olipop, and Poppi, I can't recommend this soda. Things I really don't like are the health claims. There's not a lot of research behind a lot of the things they're saying. There is some evidence, but here's the other thing. Most of these studies that I read involving humans that showed any type of benefit was at least 1.5 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. These have 1 tablespoon per can. So you would have to drink 2 to 2.5, maybe 3 of these a day. Is this a good alternative to soda? Yes. It tastes good if you don't mind that nasty stevia aftertaste. Instead of getting all the other blah and the sugars of 40-something grams of sugars and 150 calories and all that, not that I'm a calorie counter, you're getting apple cider vinegar and fruit juice and some organic cane sugar. The next thing I don't like, the cost. I can't believe this is $3 a can. A 500% profit is just too much of a profit in my eyes. This is what really sucks to me, is that I do believe that people would drink this instead of a soda. The people who are chronically drinking soda are not going to be able to afford this, unfortunately, and that makes me sad. What would I say overall? I say if you're somebody who's trying to just eliminate soda from your life, you have the money to throw down 35, 40 bucks for a 12-pack of these, then definitely this would be a good option for you. It does taste good and it's better in my opinion than a soda. For everybody else, I say don't bother, save your money, It is pennies to make this drink. Maybe not pennies, it's coins. It's coins to make this drink. I actually experimented with making a version on my own. It did not taste as good as this, but it tasted good enough where I would have no problem sipping on that before I ate something. You can also incorporate vinegar into your foods. You can choose vinegar-based salad dressings as opposed to creamy, like ranch type salad dressings. You can add vinegars to your meat marinades. Instead of using mayonnaise and mustard on wraps and sandwiches, drizzle a little olive oil, a little bit of vinegar, a little salt and pepper. I say instead of throwing down $3 for this soda, make your cheap, easy own concoction, and then you can make it with any type of fruit juice you want. Incorporate vinegar into your foods. If y'all have tried Poppi soda and you have any experiences, definitely leave some comments below. If you have any requests for things that you want me to review, please send them to me because I am finding it so fun reviewing this stuff and trying it out. Okay, have a great day, everybody. Bye.